2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. Welcome back to Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. We're exploring the Fortress of Winds and we have something that will go very well if we set our Pegasus boots. Phew! We barely made it! I was certain we'd run out of time! Okay, you're probably not supposed to use the Pegasus boots if you want Aslo to feel tense. But last time we got the mole mitts. We have run into floor masters. They are not happy with us. Whoa, that nearly went badly. That nearly went badly. Alright, so we can shrink down for the upcoming challenges, but let's see what's ahead first. Okay. We're going to need to open up a few more paths. Let's quickly make our way through here. Deal with the ropes and put these onto the statues. Slowly but surely we have some very careful navigation to do. This could be a little bit fiddly, but being able to manipulate our clones like this is vital for success. There we go. That went a lot smoother than I anticipated, so... Whoa! Nearly got rolled. So, obviously, we're going to need to shrink down for something. Was I not supposed to do it this way? Something odd happened there. Has my compulsion to explore actually managed to stitch things up for me? I'll admit I'm a little rusty, but we do have to navigate this area very, very carefully now. Oh, I might have mentioned this before, but those pits are... those little holes are bottomless pits for Minish Link. We very nicely sneak around there. And we've got a little hole here. Let's equip our boomerang along with the mole mitt so that we can dig our way through carefully and safely. Do we have any treasure chests in here? Doesn't look like it, annoyingly. No good loot, but we do need the key for something anyway. We'll have to continue navigating this area. And there are floor masters. Let's hope they don't get grabby. Alright, sword in hand. Let's give these menaces... What for? Nobody really likes these things. Let's actually dodge to the next screen because that nearly went badly. And mini moldorms. We will find these in caves usually. Generally the ones we dig into via the mole mitts. They're fairly tough. The time-honored tactic of stand in one spot and spam your sword was... Wait, that was 50 rupees. If they're in confined spaces, they're not too hard to deal with. but they can be a little bothersome if they're allowed to roam around with more room. They've been enemies before, not particularly strong, but they can be dangerous. Alright. Well, this looks like it should be the end of the dungeon, or close to, anyway. Ooh, that's right. Now we need to fall down this side. Fall down the other side, and you'll have to go back through the loop all over again. But there we are. We have the big key. We have to go back to where the floor masters are. And it at least actually puts us back where we needed to go. So that wasn't actually that much of a detriment after all. We do have the big key for this dungeon, and we just need to go and battle the boss. Not too bad, all things considered. Well, I suppose I might top up on hearts. It never hurts to do that. They might have some near the boss door, though. Well, they certainly are taking care of us. Not too shabby, if I'm going to be honest. We have plenty of supplies. We're maxed out on our arrows. So, let's get ready to rumble. Up we go. And we face it appears to be somewhat Aztec-inspired adversary. This is Mazel, an ancient machine created to guard the ruins. This boss fight is very much a homage to Goron from Wind Waker. Wait, yes, that's right. We need to run up and hack those hands. Watch out for the grab. So with those hands disabled, Mazel will be shut down temporarily. Run inside. Find the pillar that's glowing and lay into it with your blade. You'll get automatically extruded, but repeat the cycle and away we go. Good heavens, my accuracy has not improved a bit. So once again, disable those hands, shut the boss down, and run inside. We will eventually have to use them. Can I get through there? Yes, I can. Now we have to use the mole mitts to dig our way through. And out we go. One more cycle ought to do the trick. Switch back to our bow. We can roll behind the boss, no worries. There we go. Wait. Okay, I haven't seen that before. I just got shrunk. That's not a bad attack in all fairness. That could really throw you off. I definitely did not remember seeing that before. Great, now I'm stuck. How long does it stay disabled for? Oh, that's convenient. Run, Link. It's starting to explode. Unfortunately, Mazel gets a splitting headache and bang! We get ourselves a warp and a heart container. We do not get ourselves a warp. We head outside. with birds. We get fancy music. And we get a giant rock. Oh my god, a giant rock! We are the tribe of the winds. Long have we lived with the winds. We have mastered them. Now we join them. Together, with the great winds at our backs, we head for the skies. Those who come seeking our power must play the notes Zephyr teaches. May they lead you onward to the power that you seek. A bird leaves us an ocarina. The Ocarina of Wind. North, south, east and west are all just a breath away. If you want to go north-northwest, then you're screwed. I do believe this is where the Tribe of the Winds once lived. So they've left for the heavens and taken their element with them. It looks like the wind element is beyond our reach for the time being. We have no choice but to press on. Let's get out of here. And we are mysteriously teleported away. The element was not here, but at least we now have a clue to its whereabouts. You must use the Ocarina of Wind to open a new path. Well, there's no point in standing around. Go get that last element. So this makes life a lot easier when it comes to travelling around. It also makes things a lot easier for our Keenstone Fusions, if you don't mind. Tectites. So, our path is much clearer. Let's deal with those and then bust out a tune. So, you will observe that every time we find one of those crests, it opens up a warp point. We can head to Mount Crenel near Malari's mine. We can head to Hyrule Town. We can head to Lake Hylia, which we might have seen, but we don't actually access normally. It's already open for us. That's what they meant by opening a new path. We can access the one in Castor Wilds, we can access the one near our house, and Minish Woods. What we want to do is to travel back to town. Aha! So that mysterious mark we've been seeing is a wind crest. If you play the Ocarina of Wind, Zephyr comes to pick you up and fly you away. That means we can have Zephyr carry us to any other wind crest we've seen. Are you following me, Tom? Don't hurt your brain thinking about it. Just give it a try and you'll see what I'm talking about. Geez, way to be sarcastic, Eslo. You do realise I could take you off and you'd be stuck. So, now that we have 3 elements, I think we can finally get to do this. Ho-ho! Here we are! You've come to the fabulous Simon's Simulations! Would you like to hear about us? Ho-ho! Well, certainly! Now how shall I put this? We offer you the chance to be the hero you dream of becoming. We allow you to fight grand monsters without any danger. This is our unique service. Now, I can't say this too loudly, but if you dispatch a monster skillfully enough, you might get something nice. Now, even though this is only a simulation, it is still not for the faint of heart. If you should die in this simulation, why then... well, I don't know. It's never happened! It's 10 rupees for one try. Interested? So we definitely do want to take this on. I see. So you're going then? Well, let me get her fired up here. Now you're getting very sleepy. So very sleepy. Ho. He. Ho. Howza! So, to deal with these enemies, best strategy for the P-Hats is usually use the P-Hats as projectiles. It can come in very handy as you deal with the Moblins. Oh, great, my money! Come here. I want to take out the moblin. Didn't realize I'd lost all that money to the blasted bandits. And there we are, Piece of Heart for the first time. And we will wake up a la Link's Awakening. Does feel very similar to the Dream Shrine in all fairness. How was it? Did you enjoy the ride? Please come back and try it again anytime. We're always open, selling dreams to John Q Public. Yes, sir! So, not too shabby. I don't think we get a Keenstone Fusion for him, or if he is, he's one of the random ones. Oh, cool, we can actually fuse with the kit. You want to fuse Keenstones? Let's do it! So, fusing with Zil, I'll have to cross off the business scrub, and we'll see what we have in the way of fusions later on. Aha! Now, I was talking about these in Castor Wilds earlier. That leaf will allow us to pick up a few items along the way, but we do need all of them done. So, we do have a little side quest over in Eastern Hills that we can complete. We can go and explore Lake Hylia if we want, but I do want to kick off a side quest. We will have to fuse with the two farmers who live around here, Eenie and Meanie. Eenie is the one that kicks off the side quest, and we can fuse with Meanie as well. Don't know where Miney and Mo went. So, what's up there, bud? Saying you want to match Keenstone pieces? So, for this particular fusion chain, it basically kicks off... Well, it kicks off a quest for a bottle, and you will need alternating blue Keenstone pieces. It'll go that sort of L-shaped one, and then the yin and yang one, and so on. I feel so much stronger now. Here we go! So, our Goron buddy there will bust his way into this cave. It looks like it's finally open. Come on, let's go on in. So we'll basically wrap things up with a few Keenstone fusions, and then... Well, basically I'll trigger this particular quest, then we can get back onto another Keenstone Fusion episode. It's a good opportunity, since we have most of the land explored, to try and... speaking of, we can actually go in there. And here's Meanie. Want to fuse Keenstone pieces? Yeah, rock and roll! So, these two count as part of Stage 2's Keenstone Fusions. We'll be able to run up and grab that on Mount Crenel, and I'll show you what that is. Because of course that's been part of what I've done in the previous video. We've gone and collected things. So, these walls at long last. These are Molmit's caves, basically. Oh, and pay attention to these. If you find these little symbols just that I'm looking at, you need to fuse with those mysterious walls to keep the Goron side quest going, and you will get a bottle at the end of it. There are 5 mysterious walls and the fusion with Eenie, but just be careful about fusing with Eenie, because if you don't have the right Keenstone piece he needs and you quit out, there's a glitch in the European versions that actually renders him unable to fuse with you, so you can't get the bottle. So our Goron buddy is still punching away, unable to break through, and another Goron appears out of nowhere. And they will go deeper and deeper into that particular tunnel. So, there we are. That's actually a good little explanation of how those mysterious wall fusions wind up working. You can find them along the way. So, we'll quickly head into here, because we can actually fuse with one of the Gorons here. So, this will allow us to access the Goron Keenstone Merchant, who will appear in Castletown. The rest of the Stage 2 and hopefully the Stage 3 Keenstone Fusions will come in later videos. I'll have text up on the screen that tells you basically which order I've done things in. So, our Goron Merchant there is a nod to the Wind Waker. Well, to wrap things up, let's head up Mount Crenel. We will need to go to Crenel Wall to get that item we wound up triggering via our Keenstone Fusion. Then we can go and talk to the Goron Keenstone Merchant. But basically, that's a shortcut to Malari's Mine. We will have to go there for a couple of Keenstone Fusions, so that's why I wanted to make sure I had the Ocarina of Wind before we got to all the Keenstone Fusions. Does take a little bit of time. Climbing up the wall also takes a lot of time. Now we can visit the Crenel Hermit if we need to as well. Blue Keenstone piece, rightio. Let's at least go up and say hello to the Crenel Hermit, because he's one of our random Keenstone Fusion targets, but we don't get to do much with him otherwise. And we can quickly warp back, so it won't be any big deal. Oh, nice, and there is another there is another wall. I'm the Crenel Hermit. I left the world to pursue a life of quiet reflection. You seem to be but a child, and yet you climbed this forbidding mountain alone? I must reward your courage with a little information. Have you not seen strange patterned walls as you climbed this mountain? Bombs! Bombs are the answer. That's really it. So if you don't fuse Keenstones with him, his presence is kind of unnecessary. Probably should have left him alone. So, but we do have ourselves a nice little maze. Think we'll have to go over the other way though. Because there is a heart piece for us. And I'm making sure I dig everywhere I can because there may be a mysterious wall in here. Well, there's our piece of heart. And money. So it's basically just a little bit of exploration. We dig, we see what we can find. And there we go. I'm fairly certain there is a mysterious wall in here, but it's probably up around this area once we defeat the Choo-Choos. Found it! So there we are. We wrap up at a good point with more mysterious walls found. a third Goron will appear. Our mysterious Keenstone Fusion spirit brings in one more Goron. The three of them will try, but they can't quite make the progress just yet. We need one more. So next time, I will be going and doing some more Keenstone Fusions. We may find some of those mysterious walls later on. We're all done with Mount Crenel for the time being. But actually, since some of my fusions are over in Malari's mine, I will set myself up here. We'll go in here. And then we are all good. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been quite an adventure. It's really getting going. And we'll have plenty of fusions to show off next time. Until then, this is Red 2 returning to base.